What's going on? This is No Limit Builds. Today we're going to be installing charge pipes on a 2016 Mustang Ecoboost. Let's get to opening this box up. So this is going to be the hot and cold side from CV Fab.
Oh, that's a lot of boxes.
There's 2 boxes in here. Got the CV Fab sticker.
Oh, we got the stickers.
When you order on their website, you can pick what color sticker you want, and it's free.
Hey bro, this box is in here.
Alright, so this is one set of the charge pipes. Oh man. Just break the box open.
Got it.
And this is the other side of the charge pipes.
Oh, I scared the dog. There we go.
So you get your nice clamps in here.
Oh, that's good hardware.
Yeah. Nice couplers here. Let's take a look at the quality of it.
This packaging is like mint. Did not mess around.
So I didn't go with the tile blow-off valve adapter. Just went with stock. I'm gonna get a Turbo Smart eventually. Nice powder coat on it. Looks really good.
That's gonna look really good inside the car.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see why when we pull out the OEM ones, they're just crap plastic. So let's get to installing it. So before we get to removing the charge pipes, there's a couple things in the way. First, there's going to be this intake tube here. We're going to need to take that off for sure. We might need to take off the box. We're going to try getting away without doing that. And then the reason why we're on the ramps is because we got to take off this skid plate, plastic plate, I don't know what it's called, but it's attached to the bottom of the bumper. Just a couple bolts, comes right off. Then we're going to be ready to remove the charge pipes. Alright, so there's going to be 4 7mm bolts, 2 on the back, 2 on the corners right here, and then there's going to be some clips. I am clearly missing a lot of clips, but there should be some right here, and 3 back here, and 3 on the other side, holding it to the fender wheel well. And we're going to get those off. There's 3 more, there should be 3 more. I only have 2, as you can see. Same on the other side, and then this is going to slide right off. Alright, so now that we got all the bolts off, it's just going to pull forward and it's going to come right out. So now that we got the bottom panel off, we can see under here, we can see my CV Fab race intercooler, and these are the stock charge pipes. As you can see, when I installed this, I could not get the stock charge pipes all the way on to the intercooler. There's some gap there, see it goes to about right here. The new charge pipes are meant for this intercooler, so they're going to fit on perfectly here. We'll see how much easier it is, because getting these on here was a complete pain. You can see on the other side here too, I also could not get it on all the way. I'll start taking off the pipe right here for the intake. It's just a 7mm. Now we got that loosened. We're going to want to get some pliers. We're going to unclip that. It's going to be a little hard to film. And then on the turbo side, we're gonna have one more clamp to undo here. If you can see, that one looks like it's gonna be a pain, but we'll get it.
Sweet.
Alright, so let's get the clamp just like that. And the hose should hopefully come right off.
Perfect. Now we got to get this side over here. Alright, so this side on the turbo side is going to be an 8mm. Got that loosened up. Now this pipe should just come right out. Okay, so now that we got the intake tube out, we can clearly see the cold side charge pipe here, squishy rubber compared to some solid metal right here. And this is your NOS port. You want to make sure before you put it in that this is tight. If you have Teflon tape, you're going to want to put some of that on here. I don't know if I have any. If I do, I'll throw it on. If not, I'll get to it in a later day.
Whenever you decide to add NOS.
Yeah. No, but you want to make sure this is tight. Otherwise, you'll have boost leaks because this can come loose because there's a lot of pressure coming in through here. And we're going to get started. We're going to take this clamp off here, and then we're going to take the clamp off at the bottom, and then we're going to get to installing this.
Cool, this will be fun.
Yeah. So that came off with the 7mm.
Damn, that thing is tight.
There we go. Time for the bottom. Alright, so this was also a 7mm on this side. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get this off super easily because it is an extremely tight fit.
Yeah, these
So,
stock charge pipes were not meant to be used.
yeah. Oh, we're not.
Oh,
'Cause
look
I
at
got
that.
got the top side out, so it just made it easier to rip it up. Alright, let's compare the two. So we got the OEM one out. As you can see, the bend is a lot smoother on here compared to this kind of aggressive turn. It's going to make airflow a lot better. And comparing the clamps, this is much better hardware than the stock. Take this one out here. These clamps are going to hold a lot better.
So we got logo visible because you got to flex it. We're no limit builds here. We don't mess around. Get that all the way on.
You want to make sure the clamps are in a serviceable orientation, so
Yeah.
if you ever need to take them off, you have easy access.
Gotta make sure I can get it all the way pushed onto the end. Oh, it's tight.
And we're going to start with tightening the one first clamp
There we go.
on the throttle body.
Yeah, so right there, we'll give that a tighten down. We'll get this in here. Make sure it's tightening. Oh yeah, she's on there.
Alright, now we're going to attach the bottom side. Alright, this is the last hose clamp we're tightening up for the cold side. That's on there, good.
Yeah, that's way better than the stock.
Alright, so now we're ready for the hot side. We're going to start by doing these two clamps on the turbo, right here. And then we're going to want to disconnect the blow-off valve sensor. And there's a clamp right here too. We're going to want to take that off. And then on the bottom side, we'll show you what needs to be taken off. So underneath, we're going to have two more hose clamps, and then it should all come off. And just comparing, this is the gap. This is supposed to be all the way up here, which it's not with the stock. Comparing that to our cold side where we did get it all the way on here.
So the reason you're doing charge pipes is because with the race intercooler, the stock charge pipes didn't fit properly, and you're worried about what, a pipe blowing off and having boost issues.
I actually had that happen before when I first put on my race intercooler with the stock pipes. I guess I didn't seat it in all the way because it's really hard to fit it in. The pipe actually came off when I was driving, and I started accelerating, and there's just no power boost leak.
Okay.
So I had to go back home and retighten it, and just it's a pain. So these definitely should not come off, especially with the nice hardware that
Yeah,
comes
those
with
really
it.
nice clamps. And then also, since this is the stock charge pipe, obviously, you can see there's wear. It's really flimsy. You got to worry about punctures. You got to worry about the diameter of the inner tubing is smaller, so it doesn't flow air as well. And if you look, how much smoother of a curve is in that pipe, as opposed to how sharp these bends are, air is able to flow much more efficiently. So the car runs better.
Oh, okay. You don't have to pull off the hose. You just need to unclip.
Yeah, because we already took off the intake tube.
Yeah.
So this can just stay on and we can move it on to the other one. But yeah, make sure you take off the
sensor.
Yeah, this is for the blow-off valve. Otherwise, you have a check engine light. And there are some wires in here. This just needs to be pulled off. And then I can disconnect it from the bottom side and it's gonna just come right out.
Sweet.
Alright, so we got everything disconnected. The hard part right here is just taking off the OEM charge pipe, but a screwdriver's helping pry it out.
Oh yeah, there we go.
If we were to do this all at once, then we wouldn't have that issue. But hey, it came off.
Now it's completely free.
Yep.
Go up top and pull her out. Make sure everything's clear. Yep. Just about maneuvering it around through all the hoses.
And there is
There we
our
go.
OEM charge pipe.
We'll move some stuff over to the new pipe and we'll be ready to throw her in.
You filming?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to relocate the blow-off valve. I'm still in the stock blow-off valve, so put it over on the new one.
Yeah. Gotta go get one of those big reds.
Oh yeah, definitely a Turbo Smart's on my to-do list of parts. I don't know if I wish I did the TL valve or not, but I know Turbo Smart makes ones that bolt up to the OEM connection, so that should be good enough for me. I mean, I'm not really sure what the benefits of going with that different flange are, but we got the OEM blow-off valve.
God, that build
kinda how it
quality
works.
on the different pipes is crazy.
Oh yeah, and that should just line up
Is that
there.
the right, is that the direction it's supposed to go?
I believe so. It's the only way it'll go. Yep.
Oh, okay, it only bolts in one way.
Yeah.
Cool.
And let's see if we get to reuse the stock bolts. Looks like we do.
Let's go.
Okay, so we got all our connections on. We got the blow-off valve and that tube. And we're just going to be riding her back in.
Gotta get over the wires for the mass air. And then, I don't like that. We don't have hose clamps on yet, but luckily they completely come apart, so we'll wrap them around later. But that fit on super easy, so we're gonna get everything buttoned up and
Now I just got to get
car.
the bottom side, and then we're going to secure the clamps, and then
some plugs
and we're done,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It's in an orientation that is serviceable. Make sure it's lined up right. Looks good. All right, let's get her tightened down. And that is very tight. And there we go. There's charge pipes. I was gonna button her up.
So up here, we tightened the turbo side one. Now we just got to give this tighten, and then I am going to reconnect the blow-off valve sensor, maybe. There we go. That's clipped in. Then we just got to put this tube back on, get this tightened, and then we're done. Alright, everything's in. Before we put in the bottom skid plate, just wanted to show you the fit and finish of the charge pipes onto the intercooler. Everything's seated properly. Time to put it back on.
Alright, so on the top side, we got clamps, and they're facing dead to the front of the car. That's the proper orientation for service. Over here we got the intake buckled up, make sure everything's pointed the way it's supposed to be. We got this hose on the intake is hooked up. That clip down there. That's hooked up. Everything's ready to go. You can see the way all the clamps are orientated. This is gonna be super cool. Time for test drive.
So, first test drive with the charge pipes on. Right now my inlet air temp's at 94. It's a hot Arizona day in the summer right now. Usually I'm sitting at around 100, so maybe like a 5-degree difference if anything. But I mean, temperatures vary. Who knows if it's actually dropping temperature all that much. And I'm just driving the car on the road right now. So not a huge noticeable difference. You know, on the track I'm sure there's going to be more of a difference than just me driving in traffic right now.
And when you get a bigger turbo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, that's one of the plans I have for this car. So far I got a Roush intake, CV Fab race intercooler, CV Fab charge pipes now, and I got a Cobb tuner right here. Future videos, we're going to do CV Fab catted downpipe and MBRP exhaust. Most likely, I'm not 100% sure on the exhaust I want yet. And I have Turbonetics, I believe. It's an NX2 turbo. That one I really want to get. It's going to be down the road quite some time before that happens, but stay tuned. A lot of other things I want: RTR grill, lowering springs, camber kit. So be sure to subscribe to see more Mustang Ecoboost content with a lot of other cars. Patrick over here is out of Fox body.
Yeah, we got trucks, we got Fox bodies, we got Mustangs, Jeeps, Toyotas. We got a lot of stuff. We got plans for build walkarounds. We got plans for like full builds, touring, track days. So there's a lot to come. We're super excited about it.
Definitely.
We'll see you later.